Yo, what's happening? What's good? We back in this thing. We here once again. Let me pull the stream up on my phone so I can make sure the audio is nice and dandy. How y'all feeling today? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's happening? Oh shit. I wasn't expecting to be that loud. Hold on. All right, my voice is coming through clearly, so that's awesome. I was just finishing up this somewhat of a lesson plan for today. We going over a lot of things, and I want to make sure that I'm as thorough as possible that I can be in 2 hours. The plan is to teach y'all how to use Pro Tools in 2 hours or less for mostly recording and mixing. And I guess mastering, I suppose, but I'm not really finna go over like production stuff. Yo, you in class, bruh. How you in class watching the stream? What's good though, Mac? What's happening? How you doing? How's class? What y'all learning in that thing right now, bro? Well, thank you for tuning into the stream while you in class, even though that's a little crazy, but I love it. I support it. Fuck school. No, I'm just playing. School is important. Education is important. Yeah, bro. What y'all learning though? I'm trying to learn something. Teach me something. Is it for the coding? JavaScript, web APIs? Yeah, okay. I don't know what web APIs is, but I know what JavaScript is. I don't know in depth, but I have a clue. You feel me? Of what okay, yep. Fire, bro. How's it going though? It's going good? You doing your thing? I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're doing great. But that's lit. I'm surprised. I was surprised. I also see you been streaming too, with Madden and everything. I haven't been able to tune into a stream lately, but if y'all don't know, if y'all watch this on the VOD and y'all interested in seeing people play Madden, struggling, but I ain't a quitter. Okay, there we go. We ain't no quitting around this thing. I was gonna say something inappropriate, but this is a kid-friendly stream. Some kids might be on here trying to learn about Pro Tools and stuff, so I'm going to keep that to myself. But that's what I'm talking about. You're going to be all right, bro. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. It's going to start clicking, you know what I'm saying, with repetition. And the more you do it, the more you keep seeing it, it's going to start making sense. At least that's what I hope for. That's the hopes. But shit, you better than me, bro, because I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I remember when I was in oceanography. That's what I majored in. We had to, I forgot what it was called, but we had to do some type of thing where you code. That junk was a whole different language. We was doing something with meteorology, and we had to code and stuff. Shit was crazy. LOL, yeah, I'm going to be on Madden tomorrow all day on Madden. Let's go! Hey, yeah, that's what I was about to say. If y'all like watch people play games on stream, critical_intel on Twitch. He be streaming playing Madden, whooping folks' ass, going crazy, all that stuff. Yeah. It'd be actually entertaining. I remember I talked to you about this, but I didn't think it was going to be that entertaining. But then I watched it, and I was like, damn, this shit is, like, entertaining for real. I'm actually entertained, which is crazy. But also, guys, I usually have something to eat, but I ate before the stream. Are y'all proud of me? Like, I was like, man, I was rewatching one of the streams, and I'm like, damn, I'm chewing and smacking all in the camera, in the microphone. I do got some water, but I'm like, yo, I need to chill. I need to just, I don't know, manage my time better so I can eat before the stream. But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that quality time with y'all, where we just talking, you feel me, just vibing. At some point one day it's gonna be hella people in here. We just gonna have life conversations, and you know what I'm saying, we just gonna talk about nothing for like an hour. Well, maybe not an hour, maybe like 15 minutes. And then we'll get into the stream. Appreciate it. I'm gonna go back to paying attention to class. Do your thing, bro. I appreciate you for coming through. For real. I gotta come to the one of your streams soon and just check out you playing Madden. That shit do be entertaining. So I appreciate you, bro. Do your thing though. Proud of you, man. Proud of you. Shout out to Matt. But yes, I have a entire lesson plan to go over startup window. Yep. Have they notification exactly. Have your notification on for when you go live. Ding, ding, ding. All that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you know. I think we're gonna get straight into it. I have already eaten, so I don't need to eat. And yeah, let's start. So what we gonna do is we gonna switch this screen like so. Let me put my phone up here like I always do. Also, I want to bring up this thing for y'all so y'all can see my keyboard moves. Bring that up. Put my phone right here so I can see the chat. All right. And we'll just close this. We got the Discord up. Do that. Oh, this is the lesson plan right here. But we're going to get there. Close all of this stuff. Don't need it to be up. The loop back action going on. God dang. There's a lot of stuff going on down there. All right, so when you first open Pro Tools, all you got to do, I got it saved on my little bar down here. I forgot what this is called, but just one click, one left click on that thing and let it appear. And we're going to go over the startup window first. We're going to go step by step, one by one through the whole thing. Why is it taking so long? What's going on? Here we go. Pro Tools Studio is what I'm using. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. All right. So I'm on session. I'm not using Sketch. We might talk about Sketch another day, but probably not because I'm not producing in Pro Tools. But we got session. So up here we got new. This is how you make a new session. Recent is all the recent sessions that you have recently opened. And then we got cloud projects. If you got stuff on the cloud, I do not do that. And then they got getting started. They got some little shit here that don't really matter to me. Anyway, I start with new, right? And we're going to talk about how you save templates and how you make your template group. You know, they got templates already here for you and stuff like that. Getting started, blah, blah, blah. But I have my own group, and these are my plates. But we're just going to start blank. This is a blank template. And you can, you know, check create from template. And these will be, we're going to talk about how to save templates and how to make templates and all of that stuff. But this is where they'll be at. File type, I always choose wave. Sample rate, again, I'm 44.1. Most people are 48. Whatever works for you, you know. At least when it comes to music, most people are 48. You know, 96 is great as well, but, you know, I'm there. I like to be at 32-bit float for my bit depth. I/O settings, I always keep it on last used. And, you know, they have different, you see what these are. You got stereo mix, 5.1 film mix, blah, 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 blah. But I just keep it on last used. Interleaved. I know what interleaved means, but I don't really know how much it matters to have that on or not. Like, I don't really feel like it does much. And then, so what I do, this is us opening up a new session. So we're going to call it, what are we going to call it? We're going to call it How to Use Pro Tools, right? And so then we can go where we want to put it in the folder. So we're going to go to Pro Tools sessions. I'm going to go to my name, and then I'm just going to save it right there. I don't want it to get lost in the sauce. How to use Pro Tools. When I'm recording, I like to put the sample rate in the title, but just for shits and giggles, we're just going to do that. And then you hit create. Also, if you want to open from Drive, you can do this, and you know, you could just click on that session and open the session that way. Oh, darn. Oh, also, that's how you get to, if you close that window, you go up here to file new, and you know what I'm saying? That's how you can reopen it again. How to use Pro Tools. It's already on my folder. We're gonna go 32-bit float, blah, 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 create. I think it's gonna come up with a master fader, so we're just gonna delete that. All right, so now we got a blank window right here. So this whole window right here, this is your edit window. If you hit Command plus, this is your mix window. There's nothing here right now, so you know you don't see any faders, but that's what these overall different windows are. On the left side and the right side, once we bring audio in and we bring tracks in, these will be your tracks and these will be your audio clips in the session. See, we got a timeline up here. If you click this plus, you can make memory locations. If you right click, is what I meant to do, you can bring other bars up here. You can bring your time code, another thing of time code, feet frames, samples, tempo, meter, key, chords. You could have different sets of markers and stuff up here. For me, I like to just have one marker. Sometimes I might have the tempo and the meter. Really, I have the meter up here if I need to change the meter, so I know that it's changed. I usually change my tempo up here, but we're going to get there. I don't usually have the time code up. I usually have bars and beats, minutes and seconds, and I don't even have the tempo up. I like to have the least amount of information on my screen as possible, like that I don't need, so I like to get rid of stuff. And then up here, you have your bar with all of your normal stuff that, you know, pretty much every DAW has to a certain extent. Like you got your time up here. If you click this little arrow, main counter selector. I like for my main counter to be bars and beats because when we get to changing the different grid modes, the grid is aligned to the bars and beats instead of being aligned to the time. You see how these little bars right here changed? When I put it on bars and beats, now the grid is aligned visually to the bars up here, and minutes and seconds, then I would change it is visually aligned to that. It still kind of works out, I think, but visually that makes more sense. And then I do show sub counter, and then I bring minutes and seconds right there for that. And what else? I like if you right click on any like empty space up here, you can bring these up or make these go away or whatever. So you can do that. So I like to have the expanded transport up. I don't really use the zoom controls, but I keep that up. MIDI controls, I keep that up so I can change my tempo, and I can have, this is the metronome right here. So you can, you know, do what you need to do for your click track. See, metronome. I don't have the quantized controls up. That's really like some production stuff that I don't use. I don't have synchronization up. Not able to link. I have the output meters up. That's just your outputs. If you have multiple, like say you have 1 and 2 for your main output, maybe you have another output going to a different set of speakers, like a 3 and 4 output, that would appear up here. Those 3 and 4 output meters would be up there as well. I don't have the Yukon stuff. So this is what I usually have up on my, like this area up here. Is if you click directly on this, you get pretty much the same thing with a couple of extra things like this universe thing that I'll go over if y'all want to see that. You know, you could bring clip effects up like that, but I like to bring clip effects up like this. But we're gonna get to clip effects. We're not there yet. And then down here, before I forget, you got your groups when you make groups. But we're gonna go over all of those things as well. So let me go back to the lesson plan. So we went over the startup window, we went over the mix versus edit window. Now we're gonna bring some tracks in and we're gonna talk about each track, what they all are. So in order to make new tracks, all you do is hit Shift Command N, and now you got the new tracks. You can go through and click here and make whatever you want to make. We're just doing music normal music stuff today. So we're going to do stereo. We're going to make some audio tracks. You got options. You got routing folders, basic folders, audio tracks, aux inputs, master faders, VCA master, MIDI tracks, instrument track, and then you got track presets if you've created any of those. We're going to get into those as well, and then you could do samples or ticks. I just keep it samples. You can name it. If you hit the plus, you can make more. You can arrange stuff like that if you want to move the order. Also, if you hold down Command Control and go left and right, that adjusts the stereo, LCR, quad, 5-1, whatever. If you hit up and down, it adjusts what kind of track is going to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a master fader. We're going to make like a few of each, right? So let's do 4 audio tracks. And then let's do stereo. Let's do it like this. Let's do 1 stereo audio track. Let's do 4 mono audio tracks. Let's do 1 stereo aux. Let's do, what else we got? Let's do a VCA master. Let's do, fuck the MIDI track. Let's do a basic folder and a routing folder. All right. And then you hit create. So everything has its natural color. Like each track, they're naturally going to be colored this way when they come in to Pro Tools, like once you create the track. So now when you see we got these tracks created, you see our tracks over here in this track list. And you can select them like up here if you want to do that or whatever. You can, move them around if you want to. You got some control over there. You can do the same thing right here though. You can move stuff around, select everything by just selecting on like the name, basically this little grayed bar with the white name. You can select. Also, you could use the edit window to select like this. If you hit Command plus, or if you're on a Mac, you can hit Command, this little squiggly line that's underneath Escape. That's what I use. It's because it flips through each window. You can go from your mix window to your edit window. And also, if you right click right here, you can see what other like options are available. Zaza, what's happening? What's good? We learning how to use Pro Tools today. And you could bring up your sends, instrument, mic, preamps, all this kind of stuff. These are all of the things that you can bring up. If you go to your mix window and you right click right here, you can do the same thing. Bring up all this nonsense. You got EQ curve. You can bring up delay compensation, stuff right here. If you got plugins that have got, a lot of delay compensation, or it'll just show you what the delay compensation is. You can bring all of that stuff up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on the mix window. We're going to see what we want to keep up. So this is what they have for you right here. I want to have inserts A through E. The inserts are where you put the plugins. I'm going to have sends A through E. I'm not going to use F through J. We can have the EQ curve just so y'all can see what that looks like. Meters and faders, of course, we're going to need that. Of course, we're going to need our ins and outs, our I/O. Object, we don't need that. Delay compensation, we don't need that, but I'll show y'all what happens with that, so I'll keep it up. Track color, we're going to keep that up. So this track color, you see this down here. If I click that, you see that track color when it goes away. Even if you look at the top up here, the track color and the outline of the folders goes away. So I keep that up. And then I like to have the comments up because you can click in this space down here and you can type whatever you want to type. I'll type notes for myself or for other people in the comments. So that's what I like that to look like. And for here, we'll do something similar. We'll take these off, take object, real-time properties, take marker controls off of there, and we'll keep this up right now. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go over color coding now. So in order to bring up your color code, your color box or whatever, you double click on this part of the track. You know, you just double click right there and it comes up. If you are on the mix window, you can double click up here, or you can double click down here and it comes up. So that's how you bring the color palette up. And I'm also going to show y'all how to make a keyboard shortcut. We're going to get there, but I'm going to show y'all how to make a keyboard shortcut like I have, so I don't have to double click in that weird spot to make the color palette come up. But now you have your color palette up, right? You can color code so many different, oops, wrong thing. Dang. How do I consolidate clip? Fuck. Tragic. Well, I forgot how to do it. How do I consolidate clip, gang? Anybody know? I forgot how to do that. I used to be on a PC, so shift option 3. That's not what I did. That's apparently not what I did. Oh, I was doing shift command 3. Okay. That's why we're taking screenshots. Shift command 3. All right, so if you click right here, you could change these to whatever you want to change them to. If you click on the actual clip, you can change the clip color. The same thing for all of these. You got different things. You could change the track clip color, the clips in the tracks, which is this. This is the clips in the tracks. This is the actual track. And what else we got? We got clips in the clip list. So we're going to get into playlisting as well, but there's, playlists. Wait, I don't know. I don't really know why you would change the color of the clips in the clip list. I don't really do that. Markers, say we got a marker up here. You can change the color of your marker, I guess. I just do it up there though, but you could do it right here. Okay, we'll come up like that. So this look kind of ugly right now, so we're gonna make this look like how I think it should look. Some quick things, if you hold down option and click right here, it deletes that. There's a lot of like modifiers that are universal in Pro Tools. So if I hold down option and click here, that deletes, so on and so forth. All right. Let me go to, so we're gonna do some color coding. I'm lost in the sauce right now. Let me tighten up. All right, we're gonna make these purple. Let me go to tracks. We're gonna make these purple like that. I like the master being red. We're gonna make this aux. This color, we're gonna do none for this VCA, so you can make that no color. We'll move that up here. We're gonna make these folders. So we got 2 folders, right? We got a basic folder. The only thing that this basic folder does is it routes the track to this folder. Like it basically just holds these like things. So if I drag this up and put that in there, it's just so I can hide it. It doesn't do anything. You can't use it to process any audio. It's not like an aux. It's just a track. You just put the tracks in so you can hide them if you want. This one is actually an actual routing folder. So you put those tracks in there. This is a basic folder right here, and you could tell because there are no inserts and send slots on here, and there's no I/O settings on here. It's just a folder. It's just overview. On this one, you got overview markers. You got solo and mute on here. You got the automation types. Ooh, that's what I need to put. I need to go over the automation. Let me add that. Oh, actually, no, I think I do got automation on there. You got your I/O, your volume right here, your pan. We can enlarge this so y'all can see that a little better. You got your pan, and in order to enlarge things, you can hit Control up and down, You can make your track bigger and smaller. This is gonna be one of those videos, y'all. I'm just letting you know already. You're gonna have to rewatch this hella times. We're going all over the place. It's going crazy. You can do all of that. You can select all the tracks you want to do that with and do it at the same time. Blah, blah, blah. You can go down here and do the same thing. If you wanted to do it to all tracks, you hold down Option. Option is kind of one of those things in Pro Tools that kind of applies to all, and that will change the kind of the size or the height of each track. We'll keep it by right there, and we'll enlarge this so y'all can see that. But you got your volume fader right here. If you hold down Option and click, it resets it back to 0. You got your pan right here. Hold down Option and click, it resets it to 0, but you might want that to be on 100, depending. I don't know, it just depends. This is where you open and close the folder right here. This right here, you can bring up automation lanes, and you can switch the different types of automation right here by just clicking on that and going to whatever you want to go to. You can add another automation lane like so, just by clicking the plus. You can hit the minus just to take it away. It doesn't delete your automation. It just hides the automation lane from view. And then click that to close that back. So that's what folder tracks are, and I can also route stuff to this. So how I like to route things, the easy way for me is I just go like this. I hold down Shift Option because both of these audio tracks are in this folder. I want to click on my out. So this right here is your input. This is your output. The input's first, the output is second. I want to hold down Shift Option, click on Master, and because the input of folder 2 of this folder track is just folder 2, that's the input. I'm holding down Shift Option, click on here, and I'm just type folder 2. There it is, already right there. And it's gonna send to that. And then this master, I want this to go to this aux. So let's enlarge this aux right quick. This is my input, this is my output. So I'll click on here. These are my interface inputs. And these are the buses within Pro Tools that you can route things in. You can make way more than this. This is just what's in this session for some reason. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna right click and I can rename. If I right click it and click rename, this window comes up, and I'm gonna just call it aux1 since that's what it's called right now. And so I'm gonna send this folder track. You can go to bus and you can go to aux1 and click on it like that, but to me that's slow. So say it was this, I like to just click on it and type aux1 and just go like that, and it's already going there, and then this will be going to the master. So let's bring that down. Let's close. Also, if I hold down Option, it's gonna open and close all your folder tracks. So if I hold down Option and click on this, it's closing them all. What I like to maybe want to use this VCA fader for, let's duplicate this folder track, right? And if you want to duplicate something, you Shift Option D, and it'll duplicate this track. You got the different data you can duplicate. Active playlists, which is, so say, let's open these folder tracks. So say we got some, we can close this now. Say we got some audio here, some audio there, some audio here, and some audio here, or whatever, right? Say I want to duplicate this track, and I want to keep everything how it is. I just want to duplicate it all together. So now it's duplicated, and this same audio from up here is down here. But say I want to duplicate this track, Shift Option D, and I don't want the active playlist, which is this audio, I don't want that to duplicate. I do that, and now this doesn't duplicate. So I just duplicated that track with no audio on it. Maybe I want to just do something else on it. Also, this is something that I just want to clear up because this used to confuse me. When you have an audio track, and even though this says that it's on this interface input or this mic input or whatever it's saying it's on, if it's an audio track, it's not inputting anything. You know, it's just playing back audio. So for me, if it's not an actual input going into these audio tracks, I like to Shift Option, click it, and put no input. So I know there's no input, and it just looks better to me and it doesn't, like, that used to confuse me, so I just did that for my own well-being. For this scenario, I am going to route these to another aux. So these are going to folder 2 and then aux 1. We're going to delete this folder, and if you right click on the name, you can do all of these things: hide, close, hide and make inactive, scroll into view, move to. You can save. This is how you would save your track presets. We'll get into that though. You know, you could do blah 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 blah. But we're gonna delete it, and then it asks you some folders be deleted. Blah blah blah. Would you like to keep the tracks? Yes, I want to keep the tracks. So I want to keep these, and I want to send this to a new aux. So I'll click these tracks. I'll select all of them. Hold Shift Option. Click right here for my output and go to New Track. And this will be aux 2. Fuck it, we'll just name it aux 2. And now we got this aux down here. I was holding, all of these were selected. So if I hold down Command, it selects only one. It keeps your previous selection, but it selects, it selects or deselects whatever thing you click on. But if I let go of Command and click this, it unselects all of these and only clicks on the specific one. Hopefully that makes sense. But I would like to change this color to the same color as this. And if I want it the same color as this and I quickly want to do it, I could just hold down Command, select here, and the color palette automatically pops up for both colors. So I know this is the color that I want. So I just click on that, and now they both match, right? This is the universal thing right here. You can do this and kind of scroll around if there's like hella stuff. Like say, let's just make a bunch of new tracks. Let's just get crazy and make 20 audio tracks. I can scroll up and down and around my entire session with this. I don't really use this, but it's up here and it's kind of cool, I guess, if you like using it. But it's cool though. It's a cool thing for sure. VCAs. So let's say for this VCA, I want to make this VCA control these two auxes right here. You make a group. See how it says no group? In order to make a group, you hit Command G and you got group. So let's just say aux group. Aux group, right? And you see currently in this group, this is all of the tracks available in your session that you could use to put in this group. But I just want to put both of these auxes in this group. So I'm going to go to my globals, and I want to be able to control the volume and the mute with this VCA fader. So I'm going to click volume. I'm going to have blah, blah, blah. That's going to be there. We got solo, automation mode. That's cool. These are all the different attributes that you can, like group together. My back itching. But this is what I want to group for this situation. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to come up here, and now that aux group is available. So I can come right here, and I can turn this volume down, and you see how all the volumes here do the same thing. Like these volumes turn up and down like so. If I mute that, these auxes mute. If I solo that, these auxes are soloed. Yeah, that's what I like using these for. You could turn things up and down. You can do this with a lot of stuff, so you could get creative. So that's what I like using the VCA faders for. If you're one of those people like me who like using the mix window, we can see that here. If I do this, these faders are moving. If I hold down Option and click, that goes back up. It mutes them, solos them, etc., etc. All right. Since all of our audio tracks are purple, we're gonna make these purple, just so things are cohesive. But now you see we got clips over here because we got clips right here, and if you click on the clip, it selects it. All right, you see which clip it moves and it selects. All right, now we're gonna go over some editing. So this right here is focus, edit keyboard focus mode. if you have this unclicked, you're moving too slow. I like to keep this clicked because it allows for the shortest shortcuts available in Pro Tools. Instead of hitting Command X to delete something, all you got to do, or Command X to delete something and Command Z to undo, all you got to do is hit X to delete and Z to undo. You feel me? You can see that down here on what I'm pressing. Command. If I go here and I hit X, nothing happens. Command X, it deletes, but if I hit Z, it doesn't undo. I do Command Z. But this way, I can hit X, I can hit Z, I can do things super fast. If I want to split a clip, I could hit B. If I want to fade, I can hit F. If I want to splice the end of the, or cut off the end of the clip, I can hit S. If I want to cut off the beginning of a clip, I can hit B. If I want to fade this part forward, I can hit D. If I want to fade this part on, I can hit G. I'm trying to think of all of the things. If I want to go left, see where my cursor my cursor is right here, I can hit L and it goes left. And then I hit quotations, quotations to go right. This is also like a cool navigation thing for me. It's basically like your arrows, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know how you got your left, right, up, down arrows? L is left, quotations is right, P is up, semicolon is down. So it's like your left, right, up and down arrows right here on the keyboard. So you can navigate through the edit window like that, which is cool. Or if you hear, you know what I'm saying, you can go, you know, damn, no, you can't. Tragic. I thought you could do that. Oh, you only could do it. Okay, cool. Never mind. But yeah, I like doing that. Let me go to the lesson plan because I feel like I'm all over the place. All right, audio tracks. Okay, let's say what an audio track is. An audio track is where you put audio. That's it. Like if you record something, this is where the audio would be. It would be on an audio track. When you're recording into Pro Tools, you record in through an audio track. So you would have to put your input. So for example purposes, let's just make this pink because, oh Lord, because I like making my record tracks pink. You go interface. Oh, this is stereo. I was like, why is it doing that? So we'll use this one. And we can have that be purple again. And we'll move that up. And we'll make this one larger. And we'll go input, interface. Fuck it, mic 1. Oh, mic 1 is actually where I'm at, so we're not going to do that. That would be kind of crazy. Maybe it wouldn't be. Fuck it, let's do it anyway. The stuff might double. I don't really know. So mic 1 is our input. Check, check. Yep, see, I hear myself. And if you put input, you see how it says track input monitor? This is how you're able to hear yourself without the music playing. When you hit record, that's how you record in. So mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. If this is off, oops. If this is off, yo yo yo, check check. I actually want this to go out the master real quick. Yo yo yo, check check. This is so trippy. Yo yo yo, check check. Okay, cool. But yeah, you record right there, and what I would like to do, you know, I drag that down to another audio track and mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. Easy stuff, right? Let me turn that off, so I'm not hearing myself doubling and all that nonsense. But anyway, that's how you would do that. So you would have your interface, and you would come in whatever yours is, 1 through whatever it is, and that's how you record in. I like to go out through the master just so I make sure there's no latency and that I know what the raw sound is sounding like. So that's why I did that. My brain just naturally was like, let me send that to the master. But input is basically so you can hear yourself while you're talking and you're not recording. And then you got to have this record enabled to be able to record. So I usually have both on when I'm recording. We're not recording, so we can turn that off. That's what the audio tracks do. What else we got? Master faders. So this is master faders. You could put actual like processing plugins on your master if you want to. The only thing that kind of separates the master fader from an aux, is you can drive, if you turn the volume up, you're turning this volume up into the plugins. Where if you are turning up your aux, like say right now I have everything going to these two auxes, even though there's nothing going on. I'll make a new track and I'll call this my mix bus, right? So I'll move that underneath this master track, and this is going to be my mix bus, and that's going to go to the master. So if I have some kind of compressor on here, I don't know, let's just put that on here. If I have this on here and I turn the volume up, it's just turning up the volume of that track that's compressed. But if I have this on my master fader and I turn the volume up, I'm turning this up into the compression. Hopefully that makes sense. That's really the big difference between this master and this mix bus thing. And that's why I personally like to have things on. I like to master on my mix bus, because if I want to turn something up into it, I'll just put a trim plugin in front of it and turn it up into it. But there are useful reasons to do this. So it's like a workflow thing. And it's cool to have that available if like that's what you into and that's how you like to do it. So that's the difference there for the master. I like to just put analyzation plugins on the master and have everything like sum to the master at some point at the end, I guess. Master VCAs. We talked about what VCAs are. Folder tracks. We talked about what folder tracks are. Auxes. We pretty much talked about what auxes are. But now I want to quickly go over inserts and sends. So for this, we're going to use this window. Let's close that. So inserts, you have 10 inserts and you have 10 available sends as well. So for your inserts, that's where you put your plugins. So you click on these shadowy things right here with the dot. You click on it and you can put your plugins on, your EQ, your whatever. You can go to your preferences and organize to be able to see the plugin companies and do it that way. But Pro Tools automatically has these categories available, and they automatically know the names of the companies and stuff. So that's how they do that. So say, for example, we want to put a compressor on here. I have entirely too many plugins. We're going to keep it basic. We're just going to use Bomb Factory. We're just going to put that on here. That's how you do it. You literally just plug in and you click on it. And it comes up and you can adjust stuff. You click, hold, and drag and move stuff around. Just like that. On auxes, you can do the same thing. See if it's a mono aux, it'll just say plugin, and you have your plugin options right here. If it's a stereo aux, you have the option to do multi-mono or multi-channel, which basically is just like a stereo plugin. So let's do a stereo. Let's just same plugins. So this is the stereo version. And then if we go multi-mono and we go to here, you see there's this right here. So you can check that and unlink it. And you can, you're about to relink. So this is me relinking, but I don't want to relink it actually. So this is the left, and then this would be your right. So say on the left side, I want to compress it like this. And on the right side, I want to compress it like this. God damn it. There we go. So the left side looks like that. The right side looks like that. I sometimes do that with EQ. So let's go to, fuck it. We using stock Pro Tools stuff. This is Waves actually. Sometimes maybe I want to do something like that. We just acting crazy, right? And then we're gonna go to the right. We're gonna unlink it and go to the right, and we just gonna invert that. like so. Oh, here's the EQ curve, right? So this is what we got. We got something going on the left, this going on the right. This is something that you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be a reason for you to do that, and that's how you do it. And then you can switch back and forth to the left or the right, and you can process things however you want on each side. There's that. Okay, sends. So how you make sends is you create another aux. So let's just call this, these are auxes. We're gonna call it sends. So we're gonna do multiple ways. So you can go shift command in, and you can hold control command stereo. If you hit right, down, make your aux, and we're gonna call this send one. And then we're gonna do it the other way, where we click right here and you go new track, and it's already gonna be an aux because you use auxes to create sends. So auxes can be buses, and they can also be sends. They're multi-use, and we're gonna call this send 2. And now it's automatically right here, and you got your send fader. Oh, you got your send fader right here, where it turns up going into your aux. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this what I just recorded. We're gonna move that down here, and we're going to move these plugins. Oh, if you just hold and drag, you can move these plugins. You see, if you got a dynamic plugin, it'll show you a little dynamic section right here. We actually don't really need that because we got plugins on here already. We'll bypass that because that might sound crazy. Now let's listen to what this is. If you drag and click and drag, you can like select regions. Up here you got different modes. You can right click, you can take it off of loop, put it on loop. Mic check 1 2. Mic. Right click, you can do half speed. Mic check 1 2. You can do that. You right click up here, there's different loop modes. You got loop record mode, which basically just continues to record audio in a loop. So like if I'm trying to do a hook, I can loop the hook section and I could just keep recording the hook, and it's saving all of the takes and putting it in a playlist. That's loop record mode. Destructive is it's just, I don't know. I mean, I wanted to say what it is, it's just destructive. So like if I hold Shift R, that comes up. That comes up. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. If I want to come back right here, mic check 3. Mic check 3 4. You see how like that, like imprinting it into this track. Oh, let me bring it down here so we can hear it. Mic check right here. Mic check 3 4. That's destructive. I don't use destructive because that shit's kind of crazy. Like, because you can't even like go back in and edit it, it's like, why? But some people, live like that. Yo, 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 yo. See, like, this is so strange to me. Yo, 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 yo. Mic check 3 4. Like, I don't know, that's kind of wild to me. But quick punch is, if you right click up here, this is how I record most of the time. So let's just delete that. I just selected the clip and clicked X. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. And say maybe I want to do the 3 4 again. I'll bring that down here. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. Well, really, I guess I should. I don't know. This is weird to me. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. That's how some people do it, like that, and they'll come in like that. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. Yeah, that's how you could do that. If you want to like punch in lines that way, let's do mic check 4. Mic check 3. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. And then you could slide that. Mic check 3. Mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. That's quick punch mode. That's how you do that. If you want, you can hit Command A and it selects everything, and then you hit F and it fades everything. if you go, oh, my bad. I didn't even go over the smart tool. So I use the smart tool, which is all three of these combined. What the smart tool is you got your, what are these all called? So you got your trim tool, which you bring to the middle and to the end of clips. And you can, trim the end and the beginning of clips like that. Then you got your selector tool, and that selects everything. You go to the top of the clip and you select whatever you want to select. Maybe you want to select this and you hit B and you cut both of those, that end of it. Or maybe you got like maybe say for example this is a background vocal or something. Motherfucking goddamn, let's do more space like that. Say it's a background vocal and you just want this to be super tight, you can hit Command T and it chops off the end like that. Yeah, selector. This is tripping me out. Let me do that. All right, then we got your grabber tool. So that one's at the bottom, so you can grab the clips and move them wherever you want to move them. So that's these different tools. I like to keep it on Smart Tool, but you can just click each one and use them one at a time. And if you got the grabber tool, you can be anywhere on the clip. And, really anywhere, but like anywhere on the clip and you'll grab instead of having to be kind of like precise with your aim and stuff. You don't have to be. If you want to use these different like keys, like the shortcuts for them are Command 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go all the way over here. So Command 2, 3, 4, all that. If you hit Command 7, it becomes the smart tool again. Yeah. If you go, Command 1, I like keeping this on single zoom because now I can zoom here and be zoomed in there, and then for me it would go back to the smart tool. So say I'm like zoomed out, but I just want to zoom in on this section. Tragic. I didn't click it. Zoom in on that section, I can do that. So sometimes I do that. I'll just go Command 1 and zoom in on a section like that. And why? Oh, it's supposed to stay on single zoom. Command 1, single zoom, bow. Just like that. We can get that guy up out of here. Yeah, I feel like I should have been more prepared with my lesson plan, but it's okay. We thugging it out. I'm going to probably do this again. All right. Let me make sure I went through everything right there. Blah, blah, blah. Insert sends. Oh, bypass make inactive for plugins. Okay, we need to do that. All right. So in order to make a plugin, like bypass a plugin, basically turn it off momentarily, you hit Command and click. It's Command click. And you see how it turns blue from being gray? That means it's bypassed. So if I do that, you see this bypass button turns orange. There you go. That's how you do that. If you want to bypass all of these plugins, you hit Control, click, and it bypasses all of the plugins on here, on the entire thing. So bypasses and unbypasses all of them. If you want to make them inactive, Control Command makes them inactive. You see plugin inactive, it basically turns it off. It's like it's never there, but it's still there if you want to bring it back up. But it just makes it inactive. It takes the CPU down, all that kind of stuff. If you say you have a plugin, say I got like auto tune on here, and maybe I want to commit the auto tune on this vocal. Whenever you're ready. So say we got auto tune on here, and I want to commit it. You can right click on here and you could commit this insert. So you can commit the tuning. If you freeze the insert, it'll keep the plugin on here, but it would just totally freeze this like audio track lane, and you can't put inserts before it, but you can put things after it. This is something else that you can do to save CPU. But the only thing about this too though now is like, oh, I guess you can automate it. Interesting. You can't do clip gain though. No, you can't do clip gain on here. I still got the thing coming up. Also something, you see how this little thing comes up right here, this whatever this thing looks like, this like table thing looking thing. that's, you know, what happens when you get to your automation and you can do that kind of stuff. You could go here and, you know, I don't know, if you hold Command Shift X, you can do that. If you hit the minus sign next to the plus at the top where the numbers are and stuff, like to the two buttons to the, or one button to the right of delete, you can go straight to your volume automation right here. And, you know, same thing on this one, you just got to hit X to delete, you know, that, kind of stretch it out. You can do that. You can, if you hold down option and click, you see how the minus comes up right there, deletes it. If you hold down command, you see how the plus comes up. That's how you add new dots. If you want to add a new dot, you just click. We'll get rid of all of that. Okay. All right. What else we got? What else we got? Blah, blah, metering. Okay, let's go to this screen for metering. So you got different meters. So let me loop this right here.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
Right. So you got the sample peak meter.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check.
Right here you can click, and it will like reset. It's like peak. Now there's no peak.
Mic check 1 2.
So that's the highest peak right there. That's what this shows you. It's the highest peak, and it just stays at the highest peak until you re-click it again. Then that's the next highest peak from where you clicked it at. But if you right click here, you can change this to Pro Tools Classic. You see how the meters change. Change this to linear. See the meters change. All of these different ones. I tend to use Sample Peak and Pro Tools Classic. But that's just me. Oh, you can also see your delay compensation right here. See, this is what this shows you. The only reason this is orange is because this is the channel with the most delay compensation right now. So if I move this over here, now this will be orange, and that's the channel with the most delay compensation. That's really all. And it's all of these tracks are compensating this many samples, I presume, for this plugin basically. So that's what the delay compensation thing is for. I don't really need to see that, so I'm gonna get rid of that visually. We have already seen what the EQ does right here. We'll keep that up just because it's fun, and we'll listen to what that left and right stuff sounds like.
Mic check 1 2. 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 Mic.
For whatever reason you might want to mess people's heads up, you have the option to do that right there. Just to demonstrate the compressor thing. So this right here is the mix bus. We're going to bypass that.
Mic check 1 2. 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 Mic check 1 2.
If you hold down option, you can option and hold the click and drag. You can move a plugin wherever you want to move it to. If you know, obviously if you click on it, it comes up. If you click on it again, it closes. If you click right here, you can open up multiple plugins. If you hold down shift and click, the plugin automatically opens up, and this is untoggled, so you can open up multiple plugins just by holding shift and clicking. If you hold down command option W, you can close all of the plugins. And if you had sends up or something like that, it'll close the sends as well. But yeah, let me show you the master thing.
Mic check 1 2. 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 Mic.
See how I turned it up? There's more compression.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2.
But if I go to this compressor and turn the mix bus up, which is on an aux and not a master fader.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic.
Just gets louder. Turn it all the way down, and compression is the same.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic.
Versus going back to the master fader.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. 1 2, mic check 2, mic check 1 2.
Hopefully y'all can see that. Y'all might not could see that. My face might be in the way, but y'all can see what's going on a little bit, right? Good enough. All right. Metering, routing. We kind of went over routing. To me, routing makes more sense when I do it from this perspective. So we're going to unfreeze that. Oh, this is the freeze button actually. If you just want to freeze things, you could do that like that, and you can click that to unfreeze it. I'm going to take that auto tune off. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete this. Click that, and then we're going to also, there's these different grid modes. You got shuffle, spot, slip, grid. So I'm gonna move this over here so we can show. So slip, it allows you to move things around freely. You can move your cursor around freely. And the shortcuts are F1, 2, 3, and 4. That's how you go through each of them. There's a grid mode and a relative grid mode. We're going to show you what that means, though. If you hit escape, it toggles through all of these tools up here. If you hit the little squiggly line and whatever that is up underneath escape, I don't know what that button is called, but you hit that, it toggles through these. So slip, you can move everything around freely like that. Shuffle, it moves things to the edge of clips. Like, you see how it moves stuff like this. This is handy sometimes. Say like there's oftentimes space at the beginning of the beat, and maybe there's that much space at the beginning of the beat. You can select that and you click X, and everything moves back to the beginning. So that's really what we use. I like to use shuffle for spot. Is it puts the audio track where it was basically. So this is where. Wait. Original timestamp. Okay, there we go. Like, you could put things back at its original timestamp. So this is the original timestamp right here, and this is where it is right now. And if you click that, it'll move it to where it originally was when we first made it. So, like, say this has happened to me sometimes where I've deleted a clip or lost something. I can go over here to the audio and I could drag something in and just put it where it was. You know what I'm saying? Where it was initially in the session. So I'll do that, and I'll just do this, and it'll put it where it was. And that's interesting because it just overlapped this right here. So let's go like that, and let's go spot and blow. So these should be lined up exactly because they're the same clip. That's what I would use spot for. Relative grid, so we're gonna go over grid mode first. So we can delete that, and we'll just have this stuff right here. And if you hold down Control Shift and the minus, you can bring up your clip gain line or make it go away. If you hold down that same thing and plus, you could bring up this clip gain fader right here at the bottom. You can turn things up or down like that right there. You just Control Shift and plus equals that thing up there. And grid mode. So what grid mode does, say we're off the grid right here. You see this little line right here that's on the grid and where the end of the clip is. If I want that to be directly on, I can just shift that over and it snaps right to the grid. But if I undo that and I'm on relative grid mode, this moves things relative to the grid. It won't snap directly on it like that. This stays on the grid relatively. So this is actually the mode that I'm in the most, because say this is an ad lib and they're like, yeah, I want that ad lib to be, I want to use that same ad lib and I want it to like repeat a couple times. I can just hold down Option, click and hold, and drag this, and it'll copy it over, and I could just like place that however I need to place it. Instead of if I hit F4 and I'm in grid mode and I want to do that, it's not gonna do that for me. It's gonna be off beat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna put it directly on the grid. You know, the only way I could defeat that is to make sure that my cut is on the grid. and then move this around and keep that on the grid. So I'll have to go like this and make sure that that splice is on the grid directly instead of just keeping it, you go like that and just keeping it right there like so. Oh yeah, something like that. And I could just move stuff around freely and willingly, and it's, you know, same effect. So I like to stay on relative grid mode because to me it's easier and it works out better when I'm actually flying things around. Oh, posture check. Damn, my bad. I was slouching like a motherfucker. You feel me? We just going through everything, all of the everything. You feel me? How to use this stuff. All right. Obviously, if you want to copy stuff, you can hit Command C and Command V and paste, or you could just hit C and V and paste if you're in this edit keyboard focus mode. If you want to fly things, say you want to fly, say this is a hook or something, you want to fly this to another hook, you got your smart tool on, you select right here, you hit Command D, and you can fly all of that over there. All right. I feel like I went off the deep end right there. I don't really know what this different edit modes is, but I think I do want to talk about the different modes right here. So you got tab to transient up here. What tab to transient does is you can hit the tab button and it'll tab to the transient in the audio. So it'll tab to like that first highest transient or whatever in the audio. So that's what that is. If you have this like not highlighted, then it'll tab to the beginning and end of the clip. Or if you have fades, it'll go in between your fades too. So like it'll go to that and then it'll go to the end of the fade, next beginning of the fade, end of the fade, beginning of the clip, end of the clip, so on and so forth. I usually keep it like this unless I want to tab to transient for some reason. Then you got link timeline and edit selection. I like to keep that checked because that links me moving around my cursor in the timeline to tracks actually being selected. I like to do that. Oh, wait. Link timeline. And no, that moves my, you see how this is selected up here? If I'm doing that, if I uncheck that and I'm moving around, this is no longer selected. That selection just stays how it is. If I want to select a certain loop, I have to go up here and do that. But I would like to just be able to do that easily within the edit window. To me, that's so much faster and easier to just do it like that. If I wanted to like, if I was playing this section, mic check 3 4. Mic check 3 4. And I want to go right here and play from here. Mic check 3 4. I just want to be able to do that by moving around in the edit window versus having to, if I have this unchecked and I want to play from right here, I can't. I got to go up here and click on here to play from there, or click here to play from here, or do that. And to me, that's slow. So I like to use this method to do it. And then this one right here selects the tracks to the edit window selections, the link track and edit selection. So if this is unselected, you see how this is selected right here and I'm selecting right here, this track stays unselected. I like for those to be linked. So, and the reason why is because maybe I want to, you know, make these taller or shorter, or maybe I want to come here and I want to move all of these. But if I have this unchecked and I do this, oh, I can still make it taller or shorter, but I can't select and move. I got to do that to move everything. Instead of just coming up here and being like, okay, I want to move all of this. It doesn't work like that. So I like to keep those. Excuse me. I like to keep those like so. So I can move like this and move all of those things however I want. All right, what else we got? Oh, this right here. No, that's cool. Slip, IO. Okay, so now we're gonna go into some of the kind of like nerdy-ish stuff. Well, first we're gonna do playback engine. Obviously, you want this to be your interface most of the time, but you can make it other things. Sometimes you might want it to be your MacBook Pro speakers. You might want to do Dolby Audio Bridge and send it somewhere. that's a video for another day. When I'm mixing, I like to keep it on the highest buffer size when I'm recording. I'm usually on 128 or 64. You want to have it on a low buffer size when you record, because basically it'll be less latency. You want to have it up here, just better performance when you're mixing. These different options when I'm recording, I'm usually having all of these checked. When I'm mixing, it's like this. That's pretty much that. Don't need to go super in depth there. Now let's go to the I/O. So for my interface, this may look different for yours. If you just want to reset it, you can hit default and it'll reset everything. So like for this instance, I could just go through and like delete everything and then hit default, and now we got a restart of just some simple basic auxes. If I want to make some new ones, I can go new path and say I want to make some stereo ones. I want to make like, I don't know, 20 of those. Yeah, fuck it, we'll just do that. We'll just do 20. And I like to auto create the subpaths. That's just like those little left and rights of them you can create. And now I got a bunch more buses down here, and we good to go. I got some Dolby Atmos stuff there. We don't need to get into all of that. This will be, you know, whatever your interface is. Pretty much the basics right here. That's all you really need to know. It's really basic. Like, it's really simple. These are the ins and outs for my interface available. These are the outputs for my interface available. And these are my buses that I just created. And then we hit OK. And nothing is routed because I've totally destroyed everything, but that's okay. We're going to no input that. And we're going to cascade some of these sends. So if you hit Shift Command, dang, I always fuck this up. Is it Shift Command? Oh no, it's not that. Shift Alt Command? Damn, okay, Shift Alt Command. It'll cascade all of those down. So this bus 1 and 2, bus 3 and 4 to those sends. Let's go here, because to me this again makes more sense. I actually think I need this. We can get rid of all of these. I could let those go. Oh, we can delete that too. All right, and we can get rid of this EQ curve thing, and we can get rid of this right here, because I like for everything to be on my screen. I don't need all of that. If you click on this part of the plugin, you can, you know, hit no insert and delete it. You could also just straight up change the plugin to something else. If you want, you could do it like that, or you can come here and click right there and you could change the plugin to something else. These are where the presets are. So say if I go to, let's go to an Avid plugin and let's do that. All of these presets will be right here. You can make your own presets. Here's that. If you want to make your own preset, you could just go right here, click on this little arrow right here, and you will save the settings, save settings as, and you can, you know, you'll make your preset. So say, this is my preset. I want to say go here, and I want to say Boomy. I like to save my presets with a money sign in front. Boomy Vox. And then you hit save. It'll be in that folder. And now that's my presets. Boomy Vox up there. Nice and easy. Let's no insert that. No insert. No insert. We'll keep that compressor on there. All right. So now we got a folder track, and so on and so forth. So we got some audio tracks right here. We're going to keep this simple and basic, so we're going to get rid of a lot of this stuff real quick. Delete. We are going to color that purple as well. All right, so we got some audio tracks that need to go somewhere, right? So they need to go to a bus. Let's go bus 5 and 6, and this is where we're going to go. So we're going to go to bus 5, and 6. And that's going to be folder 2. And then this needs to go somewhere else too, right? 7 and 8. And we're just going to name this aux1. And then we're just going to click on this and type aux1. And now that's going there. And this needs to go somewhere, right? So let's go to the mix bus. Well, I guess I got to make the mix bus. 9 and 10. Right click. Rename. Mix bus. And then this, we're just going to type it in, mix bus. And then we're going to output of my interface, output 1 and 2. And we're going to all caps master. Name that master. Master. And then we're going to do that. Bring that back down. And we're going to name this send to. We'll move this over. And that's send 1. And these both can go to the mix bus. Nice and easy, right? That makes sense. Because to me, that makes sense. So these are audio tracks. This is where all the audio is starting right now for this session. Going from this audio track to folder 2, which is encompassing all of these audio tracks. And then from folder 2, it's going to aux1 right here. And then from aux1, it's going to our mix bus. Mix bus to the master fader. Nice and easy, right? That's how you do that. I don't think I'm going to get through everything, guys. We're just on 11. Oh, preferences. All right. Preferences. So some things that I like to change in the preferences, I like for my under default clip color coding, I like for it to be track color because that matches the pink track. The audio track will also be pink. Or all these purple clips, the audio tracks will be purple. Like it matches them. To me, that visually looks better and it's easier for me to flow through. Also for display, this is where you bring up the category and manufacturer. I think by default, it'll just be on category and it'll be on type. But I like to have category and manufacturer because sometimes I'll forget the name of the plugin, but I'll know who made the plugin. So I like to have both of those on in my plugin menu. So just to show, we'll do category for now. That's pretty much. Let's see what else we got in here. There are a lot of things that you can adjust in your preferences, but it's not really like something like super critical to the usage of Pro Tools, at least not right now. The only thing, sometimes I like to change my clip gain nudge value, but I have been keeping it on 0.5. And I'll show y'all what the clip gain nudge value is. There's a lot of things that you can, adjust. You can have your default metering and stuff changed. All this stuff I pretty much keep stock. So clip gain nudge value. Clip gain nudge value. So right now it's on 0.5. So if I hold shift control and down, it'll decrease the volume by 0.5 or increase it by 0.5 every time I hit the up and down button. Or if you use a scroll wheel, same thing, it'll scroll. If you use a scroll wheel, it'll go by 0.5. But if I go to my preferences, and let's just change it to like 0.1. Change it to 0.1. I scroll up, now it's going way slower. So like it's 0.1, right? Every time I hit down, it's going down 1. I like to keep it on 0.5 though. Preferences 0.5. Wait, did I hit 0.5? There we go. All right, nice and easy. What else we got? Oh yeah, let me show you the plugin. So if I click right here and see, now there's no manufacturers down here. It's just categories. But when we go back to preferences and we change this to category and manufacturer, now we got the manufacturers as well. Color coding, playback engine, importing audio. This is a major key. All right, so importing audio, Shift Command I. That's how you import audio. So say you want to import, I don't know what this is. we don't want to import that. You just click on something. What is this stuff? What are these things? I don't want to import. Let me go to like somebody's something. Let's just go to something that I know is okay to put on here. Let's go to some of my old stuff. Goodness gracious. Okay, this is what we'll do. We'll bring in this beat. So you wanna hit convert or convert all, one of these, because that brings the audio into the session folder that you are. I want to remove that. It brings the audio from that other folder that it's in to your session folder in Pro Tools so that it stays together. So if you compress this folder and send it to somebody, that audio will not be missing. It'll be in the session. So you want to hit convert or convert all pretty much all the time. So we're going to hit that, and we're going to hit open. We're just going to hit enter. It's going to bring the audio in. If you hit clip list, it'll bring the clip up over here, and you can drag it into your session. If you hit new track, it'll make a new audio track and bring it up right here. So now we got audio. So we can go up here. If you hold down Shift M, you can mute. If you hold down Shift S, you can solo. If you click on an audio clip and hold down hit Command M, you can mute that clip. So if I were to select right here and hit B, splice that, and hit Command M, that audio is going. If you want to heal that clip heal, basically remove these splices, Command H, just had that selected. So let's Shift S, solo this. Let's take this no input because it's an audio track, it's not going anywhere. Now let's go send it to aux1. Okay, it's going through here, but it's also being compressed by that. All right, so that's how that works. Importing audio, and then you can also import session data. So that's Shift Option I. You can import session data. So this is how maybe you'd want to import a template. So I might want to go to one of my templates and import my recording template. And you can select certain things if you want to select just whatever, certain things. Or you can hold down Command A and bring everything in. And then just hit OK. And it'll bring whatever you want to bring into it. You can import anything from any session. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a template. It could be any session. And it'll bring in all of your tracks, all of your color coding. If there's actual audio on the track, you can bring in that audio as well. All the plugins, all of the routing, the sends, everything. You know what I'm saying? You can just import it from another session into your current session. I probably shouldn't have did my entire recording template. That probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. So it imports everything. All right. We get a little messy right now. We get a little messy. Oh. It imported it into the folder. Anyway, so that's what we do right there. That's how you do that. Smart tool, we went over the smart tool, keyboard focus mode, we did that, navigation around Pro Tools. If you hold down Shift and scroll, you can scroll to the left and right. Obviously, if you scroll, you can scroll up and down. If you hold down Option and scroll, you can zoom in and out. If you want, you can hit R and T to zoom in and out. But to me, holding down Option and scrolling is faster. If you're in relative grid mode and you want to temporarily be in slip mode, you can hold down Command and be moving around in slip mode. or you can just not hold down anything and you'll be moving around in grid mode. You see how things are snapping. If I hold down command, it's not snapping no more. Smooth. Markers and locations. So say that's the intro. You hit enter. The location / marker memory location thing, whatever you want to call it, comes up. And let's just say we're gonna call that 1 start. Capstat start. This is where you change the tempo. If you want, you can hit T to tap the tempo. So I'm gonna hit T. You see the tempo change. Maybe it's 160. You can type that in. And you can bring up a click track, which I already have right here since my recording template, which is a stock thing in Pro Tools, click track. You just, click on the insert, type in click. And there it is, click 2. Comes right on up. You could do that with any plugin as well. Like, you just click on the insert or send as well. You can click on the send and type in, what was one of these? Send 1. And you can put the send up here. And this is the amount of volume you're sending into the send. And we got pre, follow main pan. Damn, bro, we're not gonna have enough time to do all of this stuff. This is so tragic. So now that I have my click track up, I can hit this. That's how I hear my metronome. But remember when it's on scrolling. See how the window is scrolling? I personally don't like that, so I'm going to take that off of no scrolling. And in order to do that, I think go to options, edit window scrolling, and I'm going to put no scrolling. So I'm going to let that play. And I'm going to hit shuffle mode, and I'm going to go to the front of this beat, and I'm going to hit X. Now we directly on beat. You feel me? That's what I use that for. And then we're going to go back to relative grid mode. And now I can be zoomed in. It's not scrolling. And then this beat is obviously too loud. So we're going to hold Control Shift and we're going to scroll down, turn that down. And then we can turn our metronome off. If you hold down Shift Option, you can increase the size of the waveforms. See this isn't moving right here. It's just increasing the size of the waveform. But if I hold down Shift Control, now we're increasing the volume. So by default, the waveform will increase or decrease in size. Tempo, meter. So if you need to change the meter, you can do that up here too. You can go here. You could change this to, I don't know, like 3/4 or something like that. You can change the meter to 3/4. Or you can right click up here and you could change your tempo and your meter right here. You can double click right here and change this to whatever, and it'll change everything. 160, or so see how I changed. That's 3/4. But the thing is, you want that to be directly on. So if you do that, go to the beginning. And to go to the beginning, you could just hit return or enter on your keyboard and go to the beginning. And then we're going to make that 3/4. So now the whole song is 3/4. Or you could just double click right here and make that 3/4. Whatever, whatever your song is, But I like to just do it up here so I don't have to see those bars, because I like to just have the most amount of screen space as possible. Automation. All right, so we are going to do volume automation. If you hit the minus sign, you can go straight to volume. If you hit Control Command and go left and right, you can go through your different forms of automation here. You got different pans and all kind of stuff, volume trim, whatever, right? So say we want to turn that down. That's that. Say we put a plugin on like Big Knob. Dang, what is it called? Knob. Oh, One Knob. One Knob filter. Here we go. If you hold down Control, Option, Command, click, you can enable automation for anything on the plugin for real. So now we're going to, and then if you hit Control, Command, and click, now that automation lane comes up. Or you can come over here and you can see all your automation options and just click right here. Now you got One Knob, and See how this lane changes? The line goes up and down. You can do it like that, or if you want, you can do it live. You can change this to latch. If it's on latch, it'll go back. So I lied. Latch, it stays. If you go on touch, it goes back. So let's start right here. There we go. What's touch / latch? I don't know. I honestly just use touch or latch. I mostly use touch though. And then once you're done, you could just put it on read and there you go. You want to delete it, Command A and X, delete all of that. Now it's back to normal. You can also do the same thing with pan. You can do the same thing with volume. You know, like say if we go to touch, and then we hold Control Command click right here. We see our volume automation. Control Command click. We see our pan automation for the left side, pan automation for the right side, so on and so forth. I'm just gonna get rid of all of those. All right, then we're gonna put that back on read. And if you hold down Control Command and just click, it brings you back to the waveform window. So you got, you know, blocks, you got playlists. If you hold down Option and drag, you can like copy and bring stuff places. So say I want to make a playlist, and maybe on this playlist I had certain edits or something, and on this playlist I had some different edits or whatever. You can do all that kind of stuff like that. Automation, clip gain. We kind of went over clip gain, but let's do it slightly again. We can Control Command and click right here to close that, and we can close these plugin windows. We can hit Shift Control minus to bring up our clip gain line. We can hit F2 to bring to put us in slip mode so we can edit more freely, or we can hit F4 so we can be in relative grid mode and edit more to the grid. And we're just gonna we hit Shift minus to make the grid smaller or tighter or whatever. Bring it down to a 64th or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. And so we can make some more fine edits. So maybe we want to turn up some kicks or turn down some kicks. We can just do that with clip gain. That's all that is, really. Plugin automation, we pretty much went over plugin automation. Let's do it with EQ3. Because we can go Command Option click, and we can do that. You can like really do it with any parameter. That's the fast way to do it. The slow way is to click on this double window thing right here, and you can click on each thing, double click it, and bring it over. You know, like you just do it like that, and these different things will come over. Just double click, and it'll come over. And you can have those things to be automated as well. Also, you can switch back and forth to, like, you can say, okay, now I want this to be, you know, you can, whatever plugins are on your inserts, you can go back and forth right here and do that. But I just like going to the plugin and holding down Control Option Command and clicking on what I want to do. Or you can disable it as well if you want, you know. I like doing it that way because that's faster for me. Groups. All right. So let's say what I'm going to do is I'm going to record some background vocals or something. Fuck. There we go. Mic check. Okay, so I'm lagging because I'm recording right now, so I need to go here, and I'm gonna go to 128. Mic check. Mic check. All right, so we're gonna put that in here somewhere. This session is insane. Mic check. All right. This is probably not helping at all. This is probably the most confusing session y'all have ever seen in y'all's lives. Mic check. Okay. Mic check. Mic check. All right. We don't need that. So what we're gonna do is gonna pan this left and right. And we're gonna make a group. So say I want to control the volume of both of these. Unfortunately, in Pro Tools, they don't have it. So where I can do that easily. Let me turn this off. It's creeping me out. All right. So I do Command G, and I'll quickly put like I'll put like BG1, and then what I do is I have this saved down here. So my one, oh no, it's not here anymore. Oh no. Okay, but I just want to control the volume. So it's volume and mute, automation mode. That's cool. It's already ready to go for real. So now I can do this and I can turn them all down at the same time. Mic check. You feel me? So I do that. That's groups. Really, you can do a lot of things with groups. You can control inserts. So that means you can control the plugins. You can have plugins mirror each other. And in this case, I actually do have that already for auto-tune. This is part of my recording template. Let's use this. So you see these are moving at the same time. You can do that with groups. And all you have to do, in this case, I have insert B selected and, controls. So the controls on insert B are mirrored. They're grouped. So they move at the same time. These are all of the things that you can group together. These are the things available, similar to the preset window. You can name it up here. Blah, blah, blah. Right? Let's control, command, and click to make that inactive. Recording shortcuts. All right, so how to record, right? So Shift R brings up, make this record active. Shift I brings the input mode up so you can hear yourself while you're not recording, like while it's not playing. You can hear yourself. You hit Command Space to record, or you hit 3 on the number pad, or you can hit F12. I like Command Command Space because if I want to restart, I could just hit space. And I can just do it real fast, like space, command, space, space, command, space to restart. If you want to playlist something, so say you hit command, control command and left arrow twice. Say I want to playlist these clips, control backslash, playlist. And I record again. Mic check. I want to do that again, but I want to keep it just in case. Playlist and record. Mic check. Say it's like, oh, I recorded something, but let me come back to that other one so I can bring that back. Mic check. Mic check. You feel me? So I still have everything, but it's not on my screen taking up screen space because I can just close that and I can keep playlisting and everything is saved in that playlist, but I don't have to see it. So that's playlisting. Metronome, we talked about that. Playlisting. Okay, something real quick for editing and playlisting in Shortcut. So let's go right here. So this is more so something I use for when I'm comping vocals. So I can make a new playlist by hitting control backslash, and then I want to make this my target playlist. So say I'm trying to figure out between which take, which one I like the best. Say I like this part of this take, I get shift option up and it sends that down here. But I like this part of this take, shift option up, and I can send that down there, and then I can go here. I can hit solo. Let me take this off,
Mic check.
and I can audition that. And then say I like this part and this part. Shift Option up, and now I can.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
I can audition that, and then I can say, oh, well, let me listen to this part one more time.
Mic check. Mic check.
Right? Or I can come back here,
Mic check. Mic.
and then I'll take this off target. I'll select all of that, and I'll bring that up to the main playlist, just like that. Shift Option up. That's some playlist editing, so you can count vocals a little bit faster. Audio Suite. All right, so up here you have Audio Suite. You got, oh, there's a way. Dang, I forgot to tell y'all this. So say you want to put a plugin at the top. Like maybe I want to put lo-fi. If I hold down Command, click, and I go to, let's just go to Avid, and let's go lo-fi. Lo-fi didn't come up, but if I click again, now, and I go to plugin, lo-fi is at the top, so it's already up there. I want to take that off because I don't need that to be that way. So I just held down Command and clicked it again to take it off. But I do have that up here for my Audio Suite. These are the stuff that I use often, but this is how you can basically, so say verify. I can click on this and I can verify this. Let me go there.
Check. Mic check.
See, it's like verifying that.
Check.
That's how you do that. You can extend it, you can speed it up,
Mic check.
right? So I can do stuff like that. If I have where's Isaac Dip, Isaac Dip, A B C D E F G H I. Okay. We'll just do that. If you got clicks and pops, I use a lot of this stuff for that. Yeah, so that's how you kind of like do stuff that you want to print, like clicks, pops, verifying stuff, you know, reversing things. These are the things that I use the most up here. But you can do it with anything. You know what I'm saying? You can literally do it with anything. Reverbs, you can make reverse reverbs like this. You know, say you got a reverb and you just want to deverb, you can do this. You can go, let's just go to church and let's just do that. Render it. You can do that. You can reverse it. I guess I should have actually did this. Wait a second. This is how you actually do it, I think. Something like that. Fucking up. Maybe I'm not fucking up. Fascinating. Yeah, so that's how you do that. Clip effects. All right, clip effects are cool. Cause say for example, this word is too boomy or something. I can click on clip effects down here. I can come down here and just relax that. You know, I could just go super ham, and now it's just on that clip. And it just stays there. You got filters, you got you know, whatever you want, whatever you need, you know. You can just adjust it on that specific clip. You got compression, you know what I'm saying? It's like cool for stuff like maybe you have plosives or something that you just want to get rid of, or maybe sibilants. Or maybe you want to insert some brightness on the transient. You could create like presets too. So maybe like I want this to be see it all. You could do all kind of creative cool stuff. You feel me? You can just have fun, get creative. Melodon. All right, so say you want to tune some stuff up. The way I like to do it is select the thing that I want to tune up, right click, go down to Melodon, and click edit. And then it comes up here. And I like to bring this up, and then hit E, and enlarge that, and then find where we are. Here we are. And let's just make that a little more visible. All right, and then we can move stuff up and down. Why can't we move stuff up and down? What algorithm is happening?
Move. Check.
Why you want to act crazy today? Like, no, what's going on, gang? We live. Jesus, I don't know what your issue is.
Check, Mike. Move.
Oh, that was me. I wasn't on the right thing. I'm tripping.
Move. Check, Mike. Move. Check, Mike. Move. Move. Check, Mike.
Right? We're just acting foolish right now. None of this is important.
Check, Mike. Move. Check, Mike. Move. Check, Mike. Move. Check, Mike.
But yeah, so that's how you would bring up Melodon, and then once you're done, you can, click right here. I like to right click, and then I will click render, and then I will click none.
Move. Check, Mike. Move.
And that's what we have. Also, if you hit E, you can enlarge this full screen, but you got to be in this mode to do it, that keyboard focus mode, in order to enlarge that full screen. Track presets. So track presets, say you make a preset like this right here, maybe. This will be maybe I should make a track preset for this save track preset, and this will be rec vox chain. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And there, I don't really know how I have this organized, but so that's how I make a track preset, and then say I want to come here and I want to put that on this track, recall track preset, rec vox chain. There it is. It routes it as well to the same place. I just have to do my input and, stuff like that, right? I can bring this extra send out because there's more sends here, but that's there. It matches the color and everything. I can change the color back to whatever I want to change it to, but, real fast. How to make it active. All right, so if you click this button right here, it makes this whole situation inactive. So say this right here.
Move. Check, Mike.
Or you can right click and make it inactive. Now it was soloed, but not anymore because I made it inactive. Oh, what has happened? Thank you. We got a follow in this thing. We got a song request. Unfortunately, we can't request songs today. We just teaching people how to use Pro Tools today. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'm doing the best job because I would be doing better. The reason I do this live is so I can get live feedback to make me do it better. But when there's not really nobody here, I just be all over the place. So I'm not really sure how this is going. But pretty please, I promise it's bars. On Sunday, we listen to music. If you wouldn't mind waiting until Sunday and coming back Sunday, first off, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Florge Bendershaft. Fascinating name. Thank you for the follow, first off. I appreciate you. But Sunday, we listen to music and we will listen to it. You feel me? Like, just come back Sunday, 3 p.m. PST till 10 p.m. PST, and we'll check it out. And we'll give you great feedback. I promise you want to wait till Sunday because you're going to have me and Keen here, and we're going to give you in-depth, valuable feedback instead of what you would get right now, which is not what you'd like. So, yeah. I will wait till Sunday if you can, What else we got? Saving templates. All right, so this is how you save a template, right? So you go to File, and it's literally Save as Template, and you save it however you want. You can make your own category, like you can add a category, and that's how I made mine. And I named it this. You can add your category, and then you can save it within your own category. And these are all the templates that I have. And that's how you save your template. So what I would do is I'd make a recording template, a mixing template, maybe a mastering template if you want to do that, a producing template if you want to produce in Pro Tools, and you can always load up with that template. And that template is going to be ever evolving, always. You know what I'm saying? Always getting better. Like my recording template, my mixing template, there's always adjustments. Like even if I go, let me actually, we are pretty much done with this lesson plan. I actually didn't think I was going to get through all of this, but somehow we got through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to an old recording session, and we're going to kind of go quickly through who might be cool. So this is how you open sessions too. I guess I should go over that. Open, you go to session, and you can, go here. But you can also just go to the Finder and double click something and then go to it that way as well. Who might be okay with me showing their session? Keen. Let's go to something. I'll just be up because we just did that. Don't save. And we're going to kind of go through and we're kind of edit real quick. We're pretty much at the end of the stream, but we're going to go through and we're going to kind of like show some things. And yeah. So you see, I have muted clips here. These were previous takes. You can Command M to do that. See, there's a lot of splices and there's some comps. I know they're comps because they're different colors. In here, I like to keep my comps down here. So I have a whole area of just extra vocals down here that we liked and maybe we wanted to pull from. And then I have hella, hella like takes of everything. You know what I'm saying? Like keeping everything. You just never know when you might need that or when you just never know. Keeping everything. A lot of stuff right here. I wasn't even planning on going. That's a lot of stuff, right? So we got all of that stuff. What else? We got all of these audio tracks. This is my record track right here. And I drag the tracks down once I'm done recording. We got all of our audio tracks being routed to this aux. These ad-libs being routed to this ad-lib aux. These stacks being routed to the stack aux. And all of these backgrounds are being routed to this background aux. And then these are our sends right here. We got, this might be, my face might be in the way, so we're going to do it this way. So we got our sends right here. And we just got, a doubler on this send, Cornell delay, room, plate, hall, ping pong, simple stuff. Like these are our sends. Here are the sends on this track right here. We got our inserts right here. And this is an example. We didn't record this song that long ago, but this was my vocal chain. Now I use the Pro Q3 for my high pass filter. And I still use that de-esser. I still use the arc compressor, but the settings on the arc compressor are different for the start. I still use a Pro Q, still use a lo-fi, and instead of the L2, I'm using the RVox at the end now. And then I'll also put a little CLA vocal at the end just in case on bypass, just in case I need a little, it'll be like that. Just in case I need a little bit of parallel compression, I'll inch that up a little bit. But it's usually like that on bypass. And that's just the lead. Everything else is the same except for the CLA vocals for the ads and the backgrounds and the stacks. Then I got these little effects tracks. You got verb throws, delay throws, telephone vocals, telephone vocal effect type situations, which is literally just a stock Pro Tools EQ. It's like super basic. Yeah. I'm using the aux right here because I'm using the Slate ML1 mic situation. So I'm using that to go to my record track. I'm printing through that. So this is a situation where I'm coming in through input 3. That's where my mic is in the booth coming in from, is input 3 on my interface. And then from input 3, I'm going to my record track, which is a bus right here. So I'm going in from my interface right here to a bus, this record track, and right here into my master. Yup. And yeah, so like some editing stuff, you know, we just be sliding stuff around. You see, like, we got things topped and tailed and faded. And so one thing about the fades, you can do this to have a fade like that. You can make it a little tighter, keep it in the middle. If you hold down Command F, you can go to your fade window and you can adjust the type of curve, how long you want things to be. That should be 30 exactly, etc., etc. You can adjust if it adjusts existing crossfades or existing fades at all. I like to have that off, but you can change that if you want. I think that's kind of like the gist. You feel me? I think that if you watch this a few times, you'll have a good kind of decent comprehension of things. What I'm going to do in the future, though, like, I'm going to make specific YouTube videos breaking down specific topics. That's really going to be on my Patreon. I ain't going to lie. It's not going to be on YouTube. But on the Patreon, it's going to be specific videos breaking down specific topics like auxes and sends and buses, and how, like, what a bus is, what a aux is, what a send is, and just go in depth on specific topics. Same thing with audio tracks and master faders and etc., etc., folder tracks, blah, 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 right? And we're going to go in depth just on those specific topics instead of kind of blowing through it in 2 hours and it being a little scrambled and slightly unorganized. But I think still, if you watch this, you'll get the gist. You know what I'm saying? It's just not as nicely and neatly packaged, unfortunately, because I'm a little scatterbrained sometimes. But the ideas get out. So yeah, and you see how I'm just showing this for like organization and use purposes. That's really the only reason I'm showing this. Like, this is the order that I'll have things. I have my beat right here on top. Okay, well, I have my master fader up here on top, and it's just analyzation plugins. I have this is specific to my situation, but this is my talkback mic. This is the Q send out to the booth. This is my, let me just make these larger. This is where all of the beat stems or beat track or whatever is going to this 2-track aux. All of the vocals, so the lead vocals are going to this aux, background vocals go to this aux, and all of both of these go to this lead vocal aux. All of the vocal effects go here. We got my click track right here. We got the beat. All of this is a low pass filter, just for if I wanted to low pass something, I can do that quick. We got the beat right here. We got the ML1 emulation there on an aux as well, on an aux. Then we got the audio tracks right here. This is my record audio track. This is my vocal, my lead vocal audio tracks. These are audio tracks as well. I just drag audio down to them so that we can create an effect right quick. Like, it's just a delay. We just drag this down and delay that word out. And then this is my lead bus. All the leads are here. This is just the processing on that. And then this is what we have for our effects, sends. And then all of the ad-libs are here. Same thing, same flow, you know. Stacks, same flow. Backgrounds, same flow. And we're using all of the same effects for everything, but it's just different blends on the send, on how much I'm sending to each effect. Like, what I'm sending the quarter note delay on the background vocals is probably different than what I'm sending on the lead. So it's just by ear, whatever sounds good to you. That's pretty much it, guys. I think I'm about to wrap it up right there. If there are any questions, let a brother know. I think we pretty much hit all of the things that I wanted to hit. I think. I'm pretty sure. All right, guys. See you next time. It's been a blast. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody on the YouTube. We out. Dang, I didn't record it again. Fuck. But it's okay. Oh, let me go to end it soon.